Today, teenagers are overwhelmed with the pressures of keeping up with school, family, and their social life. These are the many factors that come into play when discussing the reasons behind a student's stress. On top of this stress, many students are involved with many extracurricular activities, such as sports. Student athletes are constantly having to keep up with both their academic life and sport life. This lifestyle makes athletes learn how to manage their time and still accomplish their goals. Here are some student athletes who share how they live this busy lifestyle.
Hello, my name is Chase Darnell. I'm a senior at Cambridge High School. I play football and lacrosse, and I'm 6'3", 215.
Alright, my name is Michael Colasar. I'm a junior at Cambridge High School and I play baseball.
I'm Taylor Green. I play softball. I'm a 10th grader at Cambridge High School.
Hi, I'm Kira Napoli. I'm a junior at Cambridge High School. I'm on the varsity softball team.
How long have you been playing lacrosse and football?
I've been playing lacrosse for the past 8 years. I started when I was in 4th grade, and I was playing midi at the time. Then I switched over to defense by the time I got into high school. And then come my junior year, that's when I started getting my film out and got a couple of small offers for lacrosse. Football, I've been playing football, tackle football ever since I was 5. I love the sport. It's been a lot of fun. I'm blessed to be able to play for the next 4 years at Davidson College.
I started playing baseball when I was about 6 years old, so 10 years now. Started playing t-ball at OC Park, and then I got into different summer teams and summer leagues as I got older and more competitive.
I've been playing softball for 12 years. We started in my backyard when I was around 4, and my mom decided to put me in on a team. And from there, I've just loved it forever.
I've been playing for about 9 years now, and I started pitching about 7 years ago. And I began playing at a high level when I was about 11 years old. And ever since then, I've been playing on a top level travel team.
How did you first get into sports?
I first got into sports when I was 5 years old. My dad signed me up to play tackle football over at a complex in Cherokee. It's called SCRA Redskins, and I played there for about 4 years, and then we moved over to AYFA, and there I played for 1 year on the rec team, and then I went to Division I for the remaining 4 years, so I started playing feeder football.
I think it was mainly just my dad trying to make me play sport as a kid and be athletic and try different things out, and I don't think it really intended on me sticking with that because I come from a big football family, and I played football all my life as well, but I love baseball more than football, and that's just kind of what I stuck with.
I've always loved being outside and doing things with my family. My mom played softball growing up, and my dad played baseball, so it was just a passion that I've always had.
I played soccer for about a season, and my dad thought I should try something that involved my arms and my whole body. So when we moved to Georgia, he saw an ad for a softball team at North Park, and I decided to do it. I barely even knew what softball was, but then I ended up trying it, and I fell in love with it. And then I played for about a year and a half before I realized that I really wanted to move on to fast pitch and then continue with it like for the rest of my life.
My weekly schedule usually consists of waking up early in the morning, going to work out, then going to school, and back when we were still in lacrosse season, I'd go to lacrosse practice every afternoon. Then I usually follow that practice up with a workout over at a place called GATA in Johns Creek, and then I'd come home from that, usually eat my second dinner, and then start my homework and finish my homework right around midnight.
Okay, so on a typical day of baseball practice, I'll have school till 3:30, and then immediately following I'll have practice from about 4 to 6, 6:30ish, and then immediately there I go home, shower, whatever, and it's probably about 8 o'clock, 8:30 when I'm all done with that, and then I have to start my homework, do whatever I need to do for school the next day, which takes around anywhere between 2 hours and 3 hours on any given day. So.
Some days I wake up in the morning and I go to CrossFit at 6 o'clock, and then I go to school like every normal day. And then once I get out early at 1. So I'll leave, I'll go eat lunch, and then I'll go straight to my hitting lesson, which is an hour and a half. And then I'll do defense skills for another hour and a half. I'll occasionally go back to the gym and get another workout again. And then after that, I go home, spend time with my family, and I do all my homework, and by the time I'm done, it's around 10 or 11.
Every day when I come home from school, I coach, and that usually takes up about 3 hours. I have 13 kids that come to me for pitching lessons, and I pitch in Marietta twice a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and it takes an hour to get there. I pitch for an hour to get back. So every single night I usually get home around 8 o'clock, and then I do homework. I'm also doing CrossFit. I do that at least 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm usually up until midnight doing homework every single night, because by the time I eat dinner and shower, I'm not sitting in bed until about 10:30, 11, and I spend usually an hour or two doing homework every single night, and then I wake up at 6:45 every day.
Well, being busy usually comes with having good time management. I have to find time throughout the day to do my homework. Sometimes I'll skip lunch and go to the media center and work there. Other times I'll try to finish my classwork early in my current period, and then try to get started on other homework from other class periods, just so when I get home I can go to bed before midnight usually.
So I think the main thing is the time management. So knowing that at this certain time I need to be starting my homework, I don't have time to play Xbox or watch TV or anything like that, so I know what I have to do and when I have to do it. Also, it's something that I love doing, playing baseball, going to practice, playing games is all stuff that is almost like free time to me, stuff that I like to do, so it's not as much of a burden.
Depending on time that I get back from working out that day, I'll start my homework around 8:30 or 9, or after dinner. And then my grades are pretty good. I maintain a B or A average. It's mostly low A's. It's hard to keep everything. It's hard to keep all A's because you work so hard and invest so much time into one sport that it's hard to invest in both in school and sport.
It's really hard, but I just try to make time for everything. I actually think that staying active is something that actually helps me stay awake, and being healthy is something that allows me to stay up later at night. And I try to eat healthier. I drink coffee a lot, and that's something that helps me stay awake at night. It's hard, but I've learned to adjust my schedule and do life on very little rest, very little sleep.
I will be attending Davidson College fall of 2016. It was a choice made after talking with my family and friends and finding what school fits me best. So I'll be playing football there for the next 4 years.
Yes, I plan on playing baseball at the Air Force Academy.
I'm committed to the University of Arkansas to play softball, so I'll play 4 years there. And then once I'm done, I would hope to play for the Olympic team. I'm currently getting scouted for them this summer. We're playing in a tournament, the Junior Olympic Cup, and they will all be there, so they're out there to watch me. So hopefully that will lead to me playing after college.
I'm planning to play at University of Georgia for 4 years, and I'll either play my freshman year or wait a year and then play a 5th year, but I haven't decided if I want to play after yet. I mean, I may want to do pro, but if I don't, I know that what I really want to do is open up my own pitching studio and be a pitching coach.
Well, the recruiting process actually started off my sophomore year. And it was actually my lacrosse film that kind of got me out there to college coaches. I was talking to a couple of college coaches at that time for lacrosse, and that was kind of when I started working out heavily for football as well in that time period. And I was going to a couple of camps, and I was talking to football coaches at those camps.
My recruiting process was really fun, but kind of stressful at the same time. I guess it was stressful because you're not knowing when schools will come and visit you or come talk to you, or if they'll extend a scholarship to you. Because a lot of schools will talk to you and then they'll never give you a scholarship, or just kind of stop talking to you after a while or whatever.
It's something that just, it's hard to describe because like to go through it, it's so exciting but so stressful, and it really shows a different side of it you would never expect. Like you're tired, you're exhausted, but then again you have to go call your coach and have super high energy and act like you're the most awesome person in the world because you want to go to that college and you want to be recruited. It's extra hours that you don't have to invest into a time and a process, and at such a young age you don't know what you want, and so you're expected to know where you want to go, who you want to be, and if you really want to play that sport in college.
Yes, I think that the recruiting process was the most stressful thing I've ever dealt with in my entire life. Visiting colleges is really fun, but when you have to make a decision and you're looking at every little thing, and you know, colleges that you have to that you're going to spend 4 years at, and they're neck and neck with each other, and you realize that you're going to have to pick where you want to go for 4 years, and you're going to look back on it left me in tears a lot.
At the same point, the recruiting process is pretty much a business, and you have to do what's best for yourself, even if it does mean kind of going against your word at times.
But it's also fun because it's kind of cool having all these schools come up to you and introduce themselves, call you, stuff like that, and seem interested in you. But overall, it was really fun, and it was a good process. I got to visit a bunch of schools and talk to a bunch of coaches and stuff like that, and learn a bunch of new things.
And when you're 12, it starts as soon as then, playing travel ball, traveling every weekend, and the coaches being out there recruiting you, watching every move, and how you react with your parents.
After I finally commit, I just felt like all this weight was lifted off of my shoulders, but the recruiting process itself was extremely horrible.
Being a student athlete means me committing yourself to the weight room and in the off season, and going after it in the gym as well as in the classroom, and committing yourself to your studies.
To me, being a student athlete definitely means being a student first and then athlete, because overall you're at high school for school and you're at whatever college you are for school primarily, and then being an athlete comes second. So I think it should always be student then athlete.
Being a student athlete is my lifestyle, and I don't know where I would be in life without softball.
Being a student athlete has taught me hard work and taught me how to have good time management and determination and pushing towards something that's extremely important to me. And the best part, I think, has been inspiring others, especially young people who you see who want to be student athletes as well and play at a collegiate level, and getting to help them and getting to inspire them and making them see that they can do it and that they can be something great is truly amazing. And I think that's actually been my favorite part of being a student athlete, and I hope that I can inspire kids until I'm done playing.
I would say the biggest thing I can stress to anyone who might be interested in playing a collegiate sport is someone take hard work, and those times when you think that it's just too hard and you just want to quit, think twice and just keep pushing through it.
You're at school for 8 hours and you're at practice for 2 or 3 hours, and you have all this stuff to do afterwards. So I guess the main part of it is being able to manage your time well.
The struggle and the pressure is just managing to keep your good grades and perform on the field and live up to the expectations of your coaches in your school.
I have a lot of support from my parents and my coaches and my friends and my teammates who are constantly picking me up all the time, and they always remind me that as stressful as everything gets, and I always feel like it's about winning and always about doing my best, they remind me that it's just a game, and after college, I need to have fun with it and I need to enjoy it while it lasts, because normally college ends, I'm not going to have it anymore. So they remind me that I started it because it was a game that I loved, and they remind me of that every single day, and that's just what keeps me going.